One thing that has come up in the sample assessment is being able to check the data that's been inputted. So we talked about validation checks previously during the course of during the course of the theory. It's really understanding, and showing how that works in practice. So what we're going to focus on is making sure that when the form is there and it's filled in correctly, effectively. So we want people to make sure that they put information into both of the entry boxes. We don't want them to be able to submit it and then it goes through and there's nothing in there, or we don't want to submit just the username, just the password. Okay, we need to check to make sure that the data is actually there, it's present, and that is obviously what we call a presence check. Which you should have come across previously when we were looking at data types, I believe it was, and the different kinds of validation checks that you can perform. So we're going to do or create some code that does this presence check for us, or presence check for us. So looking at the code we had from the last video tutorial, what I'm going to do in our login function up here, which is obviously taking the information and checking it to see if it matches the username and password, we're going to create a selection block of code that's going to do this for us. Okay. Right, so what we want to do is make sure that the username has been entered. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to do if username check equals, strip. Okay, so what we want to do is just strip out any sort of leading and trailing spaces from whatever's in that box there. So it's really just focusing on what that user has typed in effectively. So if username strip equals blank string there and password check, again using the method strip equals 0, equals an empty string, I should say. Okay, so let's put our annotations in there as we're going along. Okay, so just to remind yourselves, if strip will remove leading and trailing spaces and only focus on whatever's been typed in. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we need to sort of output an error message effectively. So we're checking to see if something has been entered. If nothing is there, we need to let the user know, look, we need to put something in. And this is where this message box that we've had up here for some time here, from Tkinter, import message box, and that's what we use in Tkinter to display something. So we're going to use message box, and yep, I've told it correctly. Dot show info. Okay, so we've got this method show info. Dot show info, and that is going to be where we put the error. Okay, so the error message, I should say. So error blank username and password. Okay, so it's an error, and the output is going to be blank username and password. Okay, so both of those are empty. There you go. So message box dot show info. And this allows us to output an error which says blank username and password. Okay, so let's just put our annotation in. So this selection block checks for the presence of data, or data if you are normal. Let's make a bit of space. So we're checking to see if both have been inputted. Now we want to make sure that, if it's one thing, so maybe they haven't put the password in, for example. So we're going to do the same thing again for password check, and it's going to be dot strip. So elif password equals empty string. What's going to happen? So we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to have a message box appear. So calling message box show info, and then again I'm going to put my error here, and I'm going to put in blank password. So, blank password. So we've got the username and password, we've got the password. Now we need to finish it off by just having the username missing. So elif user name check dot strip. Obviously you can copy and paste it. That's equals blank or empty string. Sorry. Empty string. We'll do the same thing again. So message box. It's good practice to keep typing the same commands over and over again. As long as you don't make mistakes. Show info error, and it's going to be blank username for this one. Like so. Okay. So we've got username dot check strip, username password check strip. Okay, good. Message box error, password check, and then we've got username check and blank password, blank username. And we'll just put an annotation in here. If there are any blanks messages. Yeah. Okay. So to finish this off, because this is all checking before we get down to this block here, which if you remember is when we actually pull in, read the contents of the DAT file that we looked at in the last video. So because it's in my else, I need to indent it like so. So let's check and see if this actually works. Right, user, I'm just going to go login. There you go, blank username and password. There's my error. So you can see where I've got my error here. Error, blank username, password. Perfect. So let's put something in here. Let's put something in username. Blank password. Okay, you need to go back and do it again. And then finally, leaving out the username. And then if we put something in both, there you go, it runs through to the else part and then reads the contents of the file that you can see at the bottom there. Okay, so what we've done is add in the ability to validate the contents of the form by doing a presence check on the information that's provided to make sure that there's something there. We don't want them to be able to submit blank fields or data and that kind of thing. We want to make sure there's something there. We're checking to make sure there's something there. If there isn't, then we're telling them to input it.